Haristuti Shloka 24. Many seekers and devotees do extensive Shastra Shravanam. They study under great teachers and then they seem to intellectually know about Ishvara, but yet they do not gain that oneness with Vishnu. What could be the reason? As an explanation to this question is this shloka. Now we'll look at the shloka. Shraddha bhakti dhyana shamadhyair yatamanaihi jnatum shakyo deva ihaivashuya ishaha durvigneyo janmashataischaapi vinataihi tam samsara dhvanta vinasham harimide. Anvayartha Shraddha Bhakti Dhyana Shamadhyaihi Yatamanaihi Devaha Yaha Ishaha Iha Eva Ashu Jnatum Shakyaha Taihi Vina Janma Shataihi Cha Api Yaha Durvigneyaha Tam samsara dhvanta vinasham harimide. Shraddha means unconditional trust in the words of Shruti and Guru. And then Bhakti is an attitude of love and surrender to Guru and Ishvara. Then Dhyanam means meditation. Here in this context, it includes Shravanam, Mananam and Nididhyasana. We will see in detail. Then Shamadhyaihi. Here Shama, Adhyaihi, Shama, etc. means the qualifications which are required for preparing the mind to gain self-knowledge. Shraddha has already been mentioned. So the other qualifications are Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Samadhanam. We'll look at them later. Yatamanaihi. Those who make an effort having gained these qualifications. And as a result of that, Devaha Yaha Ishaha. That Swaprakasha, self-effulgent Parameshwara, Iha Eva Ashu Jnatum Shakyaha, who can be known very easily, soon enough, here itself, in this world itself and in this life itself. But on the other hand, Taihi Vina, without these qualifications, Janmashataihi cha api, even over many lifetimes also, Yaha Durvigneyaha, that Brahman who is difficult to be known without these qualifications, Tam samsara dhvanta vinasham harimide. That Brahman known as Hari, I worship that Hari, the destroyer of ignorance which causes samsara. Now we'll see in a little detail. With Shruti Pramana, we'll look at the meaning. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, Shanto dantaha uparatasthitikshuhu samahito bhutva atmanyeva atmanam pashyati. What it means is, the glory of the knower of Brahman is such that he becomes self-controlled, shantaha, calm, dantaha, withdrawn, uparataha, and then titikshuhu, endures the dualities. Then like that, when he has become samahitaha, tranquil, calm in his mind, samahito bhutva atmani eva atmanam pashyati. He sees that self as the inner intelligence in his own self. In other words, he sees all as the self itself. He sees that there is nothing different from the self. Then Shvetashvatara Upanishad says, यस्य देवे पराभक्तिः यथा देवे तथा गुरौ तस्यैते कथिता ह्यर्थाः प्रकाशन्ते महात्मनः. The meaning is like this. The ultimate truth, Brahman, Para, the ultimate truth, Brahman, shines forth only in that highly prepared mind who has supreme devotion, Para Bhakti, to Ishvara and an equal intensity of devotion and commitment to the spiritual teacher. That also must be there in the mind. So, like this, the preparedness and readiness on the part of the student or the learner is stressed repeatedly in the Shastra. To this effect, Mundakopanishad says, Jnana prasadena vishuddha sattvaha tatastu tam pashyate nishkalam dhyayamanaha. The one whose mind has been already rendered pure, vishuddha sattvaha, sees that Atman clearly with the blessing of the knowledge. So you see, jnana prasadena, you choose to seek the knowledge, then the knowledge itself will bless you. So having gained the blessing of the knowledge, here sattva means the mind. So once the mind has become pure, then only this Atman can be clearly known. So purity of mind means not coming under the spell of raga dvesha. That is the prasada. So jnana prasada is the blessing, that is the knowledge. Knowledge itself is prasada. And it is called prasada because it is given by the guru and received by the disciple with great reverence. Now, the attitude on the part of the receiver is one of great reverence. Now, that is to be understood clearly. Because of this blessing of knowledge, you recognize Atman as free from any attribute. How? Nishkalam dhyayamanaha. Inquiry in the form of Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. A person of pure mind, inquiring into the Nishkalam, partless Brahman, gains it through knowledge. This reverence and very noble attitude, the qualifications on the part of the disciple, this is what is specially mentioned in this shloka, starting with Shraddha. Shraddha, which is an unconditional trust in the words of Shruti and Guru. Shruti Guru Vakyayoho Vishwasaha. Then Bhaktihi. This is Gurau Vishnau cha Prema. An attitude of love and surrender unto Guru and the all-pervading Vishnu. Then Dhyanam. Here Dhyanam has to be understood. Continuously inquiring into the meaning of the words taught by the Guru, which is Shravanam. Then in this process, gradually negating the anatma vishaya until the mind has a continuous flow of thoughts on Brahman alone. So this negating anatma vishaya by continuously inquiring into the words taught. So that becomes mananam. Then when the mind has sajatiya vritti pravaha, a continuous flow of thoughts on Brahman, so trying to stay there, that becomes nididhyasana. So this is a state in which the mind does not bring up any other old impressions, vasana, and only consciousness, chaitanyam, shines in its full glory. So all this meaning is to be brought into this word dhyana. Then the shloka says Shamaha. Shamaha means the mind is diverted or distracted from coming under the spell of sense objects and desire and other emotional challenges. Shamadhyaihi, there that word adhyaihi, etc., implies the other qualifications or other disciplines. And what are they? Damaha, uparatihi, titiksha, samadhanam. Shraddha has already been pointed out. These are the 6. It's known as Shamadhi Shatka Sampattihi. That is the wealth that the seeker has to collect. So Damaha means steering both the Jnanendriyani and Karmendriyani. The sense organs of knowledge, Jnanendriyani, and sense organs of action, Karmendriyani. They are steered away or diverted away from their sense objects, and then they are placed in the respective centers of activity, or some people call it as self-control. Then uparatihi, self-withdrawal. Self-withdrawal is uparatihi. This is not enforced. This is as a result of an understanding. A deliberate effort is made towards giving up the connections with worldly transactions and also not being lured by desire driven Vaidika rituals. You just do rituals for the sake of doing, not because you want to fulfill some particular desire. So all this comes under uparatihi. Then comes titiksha. This is not reacting with anger towards anyone who hurts, insults and humiliates. It is said as aparadhini akrodhaha. And further, enduring the dualities without seeking revenge and lamenting. That is titiksha. Then samadhanam, a state of tranquility of the mind. This is that condition in which the mind is constantly engaged in the total contemplation of the supreme reality, which leads to a great poise in situations of failures, insults, threats, despair, etc. So that is samadhanam. So like that, these qualifications, Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyanam, Shamaha, Damaha, Uparatihi, Titiksha, Samadhanam. These are very essential for a seeker of moksha. Yatamanaihi, with these qualifications, a devotee or a seeker endowed with these qualifications, when he makes an effort, Yatamanaihi, with these in gaining moksha, then what happens? Devaha yaha ishaha, that self-effulgent Lord Parameshwara or Brahman, ihaeva ashu jnatum shakyaha, can be known and understood very soon in this world itself, in this very life, while still living within this human body. So, in other words, a qualified, prepared sadhaka will be able to gain this vision of the self within the self as though obtain direct vision here and now. On the other hand, taihi vina, without these qualifications, janma shataihi, by any number of attempts or through any number of lives, one who tries to learn and get intellectual distinction, yaha durvigneyaha, that one advayam Brahma, who is very difficult to be known. In other words, without these qualifications, the Brahman who is very difficult to be known, that Brahman tam samsara dhvanta vinasham harim ide. That Brahman, Vishnu, Hari, I worship so that this darkness of samsara can be destroyed. So, to gain Atma Jnanam, the importance of disciplines and what are the disciplines, these have been presented in such simple words beautifully in this shloka. So, stressing upon these qualifications to have a prepared mind to be able to receive this knowledge, this is very beautifully mentioned in one Kathopanishad mantra as Navirato duscharitan na shanto na samahitaha na shanta manaso vapi prajnanenainam apnuyat. The one who has not given up adharmika actions. Duscharitat na avirataha. And then ashantaha, asamahitaha. So, one who has not given up prohibited actions, one who does not have damaha because he has not given up the addiction of reveling in sense pleasures, the one who is lacking concentration of the mind, one who is ashanta manasaha, and then one who has a preoccupied mind, one who does not have a totally calm mind. All of this type of seekers will not be able to attain through knowledge, just plain intellectual knowledge, this Nirguna Brahman which is being talked about. Thus, the proper attitude which is very necessary and a qualified, prepared mind which is very important for the fructification of Atma Jnanam. This has been stressed in this shloka. With this, I will end the explanation for this shloka 24. Shraddha bhakti dhyana shamadhyairyatamanaihi ज्ञातुं शक्यो देव इहैवाशुय ईशः दुर्विज्ञेयो जन्मशतैश्चापि विनातैः तं संसारध्वान्तविनाशं हरिमीडे. नमस्ते.